Hey guys, Alex Gordon here from FX Sabers. I've been wanting to do this video for a few days now since I got my lathe, a sort of tour of my shop. This is where the magic happens mostly. This is the workbench. As you can see right here and here, if you know what you're looking for, I got part of my lathe sitting there. I was just in the middle of greasing it and replacing a screw and a few things, and I decided to start cleaning and take this video. My drill press finally arrived this morning. It was supposed to be here probably last week, Monday at the latest this week, but it just came this morning, and I set that up and I've used it already. As you can see, I'm working on an Anakin conversion back here, and I drilled out the holes here, and they're just about perfect. Once I get the little burrs cleared out, the alignment's perfect. I drilled that out on the press. So yeah, usually this gets cleaned 2 or 3 times, this surface, before I do the electronics. And then I put down a little rubber mat, like a cutting mat from Hobby Lobby or Walmart, wherever you want to get it. Usually stuff that is having metal work done or has metal shavings on it doesn't come over here, but I moved this stuff over here as I was in the process of cleaning the lathe off, and I wanted to get it out of the way off the table the lathe's on. So number one thing you need to make sure you have is safety glasses, and I've got a pair there, and I'm actually wearing a pair right now, probably all sweaty from doing all this stuff. Second thing you need a shop vac. And all that crap over there is for my Halo Armor project. I've just realized now how much that's in the way, so I'm going to try and get cracking on that and get that out of the way. I just got a belt sander, Central Machinery. It's like $60. Fantastic. Let me tell you what, I made a PVC chassis using that the other day, and it was absolutely fantastic. All I did with it was make a cutout on the PVC, sort of like an Obi-Wan TPM body shroud. It looked sort of like that, but it took me about 12 seconds on this the belt sander, and it would have taken me about 12 minutes by hand. So that was a really, really fantastic $60 that I spent. Over here, here's the drill press. Nothing fancy. The Central Machinery 1/2 inch chuck, 8-inch drill press, tilting table. I have my vise for it. I don't have any hardware to mount it though yet, and it looks like the vise might be a little bit big for this drill press. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see how that plays out. So there's the drill press, and here's the lathe. Obviously it's missing this piece right here, but there it is. It gets dirty really fast. I've noticed that, and I'm not surprised by that, but it gets dirty really, really fast, especially when you use a little too much cutting oil and that gets flung on the back here. Then all the metal shavings just attach there. There's not much to it. I mean, if you don't know how a lathe works, first you undo the emergency stop here. Make sure there's nothing in the chuck, no key in the chuck. This lathe actually has a safety feature where if the key is in the chuck, which it can't be because it comes from the factory with a spring on it, so you can't just leave it in the chuck. If you put it in the chuck, it'll pop right out. But if by some miracle you do leave it in the chuck, the lathe won't start unless this is down, and that can't really be down unless the key is out of the chuck. So you turn it on, start spinning. Sometimes you have your power feed enabled, sometimes you don't. The tool post would be about here, and you could crank this section in and out, and there's another slide here that you crank in and out, and that could also be at an angle. and that cuts away at, or it bores out, and you can center drill if you put a drill chuck back here, which I do have back here, right here. Not much else to say about this. I've used it quite a few times already since I've gotten it, and I'm only on the second saber since I've gotten it. And it's a really awesome feeling when you make something and you don't have to pay someone else to do it. So there it is, the 7x14. It's about the perfect size. I can make a piece down here like a speaker mount or a heat sink or something. And with this still in, with the drill press even, or with the drill bit in it even, I slide it all the way back, I crank this back a little bit, and I can slide the hilt in and test fit it without scratching the hilt, touching anything else. Usually I'll only do that if it's like Delrin, but because if it's aluminum and there's little shavings, I don't want to scratch the hilt inside or out. So that's that. I haven't really done anything threaded yet. I'm working on that. I'm going to get that, or I'm going to start doing some practice pieces probably this week. Aligning the gears in the back end here, you pull that cover off, that's where the gears are for the feed. That allows you to do the threads. It moves this forward at a certain time, or in a certain sequence while this is spinning, so that it cuts the thread evenly. Like I said, I haven't really done that yet, and aligning the gears is a bit of a pain. So anyway, oh yeah, up here is my quick change tool post. And there's another shield for the lathe, I believe. Yeah, it's back there in the drawer. It's right here. That goes right about here over the tool post, and I can't do that because my tool post lever's in the way. So it's just kind of there, I guess, to prevent shavings from flying or something, but it's not really that strong, so if something's going to go flying, it's going to go flying anyway. Down here you can see all my lathe tooling. A few extra things over here, but the drill chuck for the lathe back end, all the wrenches I'm ever going to need for it, a few sets of knurls in my high capacity knurler, quick change tool post pieces, boring kit. I ordered a 6-inch boring tool, steady rest, a female threading tool, and a better set of hardware for the lathe, for adjusting a few odds and ends from Little Machine Shop. All the tooling here is from Little Machine Shop. This is the standard tool post, which I never even used. Here's my change gears there and here. A couple of center drills. Over here's my indexable carbide tip cutting tools. You know, pretty standard stuff for a lathe. Over here's my my external chuck jaws. My calipers were in the back there. So that's about it. Other than that, I mean, my soldering station is over here. It's an MPJA station. I've also got an MPJA power supply here. 0 to 5 amps, 0 to 30 volts. Very handy to have if you're going to build more than 1 or 2 sabers. You need one of these, and you need one of these. I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, well, actually over here I've got all of my project drawers, and up top I got a piece of my Halo armor that I'm working on. I got all my soundboards up here, quite a few CFs and blaster cores in there and stuff.